If you're watching this as a Facebook Live recording, welcome. I just want you to know that you can check out the Productive Insights podcast on iTunes for more content like this. And I'll be publishing the audio of this Facebook Live on the podcast, and I'll be posting this Facebook Live onto my YouTube channel as well. So you can access the YouTube channel on youtube.com/Productive Insights. I hope you choose to subscribe to it. Now, in light of Facebook's recent algorithm changes, I'll be focusing more on personal content on this personal page, and I'll be gradually moving most of my business content across to my business page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Productive Insights. So if you want to check out future content, I recommend you just like that page and check out future lives on that page. Now, I've been shying away from doing Facebook Lives for some time because despite having done a few of them, I have actually been feeling pretty uncomfortable about being on video. So I'm going to be challenging myself on that in 2018. You might find a couple of conversations that I've had recently to be quite interesting if you want to know more about how to get more comfortable about being on video. I spoke to Amy Porterfield in episode 145. You might want to check that out. I'll link to it in the comments. And I also had a very candid conversation with Noah Kagan about this as well. Noah Kagan from AppSumo. A special thank you to Amanda Dick for inspiring me to get back on video and do a Facebook Live. Let's get on with the show. So the top 20 episodes of 2017. Coming in at number 20 was episode 119, Screw the 9 to 5, with Jill Stanton. She talked about how she built a successful membership site and how she used a free Facebook community to do that. The key things she talked about was giving value back to your audience, encouraging your audience to comment and share, and providing a lot of meaningful content and then interacting with them and giving back. Episode 121 came in at number 19, and that was 5 ways to repurpose podcast episodes and deliver awesome value to your audience. And that was a solo episode with me. I talked a lot about using PDFs and converting audio to video using ScreenFlow. There's another awesome app called Lumen 5 that you might want to check out if you want to try and convert your audio to video. Coming in at number 18, Andre Chaperon, email marketing genius and creator of Autoresponder Madness. I have huge amounts of respect for Andre Chaperon. He's a great writer and he's overcome some incredible obstacles. Ironically enough, he used to suffer from dyslexia and he's gone on to become one of the most powerful writers that I have come across. So definitely want to check that episode out. Coming in at number 17, Shark Tank judge John McGrath, the founder of McGrath Real Estate, and he talked about how to cultivate a success mindset and build an enduring brand. Now, John, I'm sure, has been going through some trials and tribulations because the McGrath brand has been going through a bit of controversy in the media. And I think this is a very challenging time for him, and I wish him all the very best. There's some great insights in that episode, one of which was when John says, what other people think of me is none of my business. Now, I think that that's a great attitude to have. I do think it is important to be aware of what society thinks of you and to take that on as feedback. But I think the context in which he was saying it is, don't let other people's opinions stop you from doing what you believe is your best work. Coming in at number 16, episode 135 with Jared Robinson, apps and how to use apps to grow your business. Fantastic episode. It talks about how to use apps as an alternative distribution channel, which isn't as crowded as websites and even podcasts these days. So that's a great way to connect with your audience and offer value. Coming at number 15, episode 115 with Lisa Myers on mindset. We've had some great conversations on mindset, and she talked about how to use it to apply it to your business. And Lisa has overcome some great obstacles and really built a massive business pretty much on her own steam. So kudos to her. Coming at number 14, episode 134, the secret to a successful rebranding campaign with Suzi Dafnis. Suzi Dafnis recently rebranded her business from Australian Businesswomen's Network to herbusiness.com, and she shares her biggest challenges and how she overcame them around doing the rebrand. The key takeaway for me from that was just keep it simple and don't overthink it. Hello, Alan. Hello, Marianne. Nice to have you on this Facebook Live. By the way, I'll be answering questions at the end, so please do hold your questions for the end, just for the sake of people who are watching the replay. I don't want to keep peppering it with questions and answers. Coming at number 13, humor in public speaking with Marty Wilson, and how to engage an audience with humor in public speaking. And Marty really does a brilliant job teaching us how to use humor to instantly connect with your audience. One of the biggest challenges, I believe, in today's world is capturing people's attention and delivering information in an entertaining and engaging manner. And humor is a great way to do this. Marty Wilson used to be a stand-up, I think he still is a stand-up comedian, and he shares some great secrets around how to use humor. He recently emceed an event which was attended by the Dalai Lama, so clearly it's working for him. Coming in at number 12, Amy Porterfield and I talk about our deepest fears around creating video content and how to overcome them. Amy actually shared some great ideas and was very vulnerable in this episode. We were originally meant to speak about creating information products, but then I listened to the most recent episode she published the day before we were due to record. And then I asked her if she would be comfortable talking about her fears around video, because I've been quite uncomfortable about it as well. And we ended up having a great conversation. So I recommend you check it out. Episode 145, you can access it by going to productiveinsights.com/145. And that, by the way, applies to all the episodes after episode 100. You just put in productiveinsights.com/the episode number, and that will take you to that episode. Coming in at number 11, Pamela Wilson and I talk about how to create educational content and how it helps to build a brand. Pamela Wilson used to work for Copyblogger. She now works for her own business, Big Brand System. Highly recommend you check it out. She's got a background in design and she really creates beautiful and valuable content. Coming in at number 10, plan an epic 2017 by applying a two-pronged planning mindset and developing some key metrics with Jessica Ma. Jessica Ma was featured on Inc. 5000. She has been a very successful entrepreneur and she shares some great insights around developing a planning mindset. And that would be very useful even in 2018 if you're planning for this new year. Coming in at number 9, episode 115 with Lisa Myers on mindset and how it applies to your business. So the previous time the previous one was part 2. This one is part 1 of the same conversation. So definitely check that out. Coming in at number 8, part 1 of the conversation with Jill Stanton on how she built a successful membership site using a free Facebook group. So definitely check that out for very actionable insights. Coming in at number 7, one of my dear friends and clients, international news anchor Julie McDonald, and I talk about actionable strategies around using authenticity to build a powerful and enduring business brand. Definitely check that out, productiveinsights.com/128. And some of the key things that Julie talks about is the importance of deciding on your goals, getting clear on your values, telling stories, and staying consistent with those goals and values in your stories. So that's a very important insight, I thought, and a very powerful way to develop a long-term business brand. Coming in at number 6, Tim Reed on how he used podcasting to take his business to the next level. Tim Reed shares some great insights on how to develop a better podcasting workflow and how to adapt your content to your listeners' needs, and really how to respond to your audience, how to be entertaining, relevant, interesting. And Tim is a master of engaging the audience using voice, so you can hear how he does it live on that episode. Coming in at number 5, part 1 of the conversation with Pamela Wilson on education content and how to build a powerful brand. The previous mention was part 2. Number 4, your 7 steps to a hyper-productive 2017. Lessons learned from an unplanned information diet. That was a solo episode with me. And the key takeaway for that, for me, was about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It was a short one. I recommend you check it out at productiveinsights.com/112. Coming in at number 3 was episode 125 with Dale Beaumont on Brin. You can learn more about Brin by heading over to the iTunes store and typing in BRIN Brin, or go to brin.ai. Coming in at number 2, that was again a solo episode with me, episode 117, productiveinsights.com/117, how to create an empathy map. And this was all about understanding what your customer is thinking, feeling, hearing, and doing. It really gives you some deep insights into the challenges, objections that your customer is facing and how you can respond to those challenges and overcome those objections or help them overcome them and really deliver value. Now, the top most downloaded episode in 2017, and this is where we would have a drum roll, is number 116 with Brian Clark, the founder of Copyblogger, and he talked about how to create content that converts, empathy maps, how he used content marketing to build an 8-figure business. Brian Clark talks about how he built Copyblogger from scratch with 0 external funding, and it was largely powered by valuable content creation over time. I think Brian Clark is a great content creator, and I highly recommend you have a listen to that episode. That's at productiveinsights.com/116. Now, a bonus episode was the one with Sonia Simone. I highly recommend you check that out too. That didn't make it into the top 20 in terms of downloads, only because it was published in 2016. That one was a 2-part episode, and it was about how to be a prolific content marketer. And you can check that one out at productiveinsights.com/107 and productiveinsights.com/108. That's a 2-part episode. Sonia shares some great ideas around how to develop content and become a consistent and prolific content marketer. Now, the key takeaway from that was just get started. Sonia just talks about the importance of getting started. So there you have it, the top 20 podcast episodes of 2017 from the Productive Insights podcast. If you haven't done so already, I recommend you like the Facebook page. Just head over to facebook.com/Productive Insights, and you can like the page and follow our content there. Also, head over to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. Most of our Facebook Lives are republished to the YouTube channel using a cool app called Repurpose.io. I recommend you check it out. And our YouTube channel can be accessed at youtube.com/Productive Insights. I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye for now.